Welcome back to the channel, beautiful people. Today is the it's the last video of the 7-part series dedicated to anyone out there that's had to navigate the toxic or negative or just hard waters of coming from a blended family. And this series was specifically and pretty much only geared toward my experience with my paternal family, which was less than optimal. And my intent behind this was to help someone who could watch my story, listen to my story, and could see themselves in the story, whether you are the child or the stepmom or the bio dad or the sibling, just to kind of open your mind to a different perspective from someone else in that story, in that position in the family, if that makes any sense. And I feel like I've accomplished that. And I'm not going to cry in this video. Give me a second. I feel like I've done that. And that makes me extremely proud. It's kind of like when they say make lemonade out of lemons. I feel like that's what I did. And I'm extremely proud of myself. I'm extremely fortunate that I've been able to have a decent audience to share the story with. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me on this journey. And I will also be dedicating the last few minutes of this video to my paternal family. Though they have my phone number, they don't call me, and they're not going to, which is totally fine because the relationship is over. But for me, if they were looking for any type of personal closure with me specifically, then I feel like they could have called me for that. But with me knowing now that they are watching the series, but still have not felt the need or felt the desire to reach out to me, it validates that I am doing the right thing by moving on and forward with my life without them. But also, I do feel like closure is something that is needed. So I will be using the last few minutes of this video for that, speaking directly to them, because you don't talk to me, but you'll watch me. So, you know what, whatever, I'll take advantage of that and have my closure moment with you. So anyone that watched the series, thank you guys so much. This was extremely hard for me. I did not think I would get the reception that I have when talking about my paternal family. I mean, I know I was on the show for literally 5 seconds, like eight seasons ago. Like, I don't know. It wasn't a lot of time. It wasn't a long time. Yes, it was a moment, not my best moment, but I did not think I would amass such a large audience to tell my story. But I'm so happy that I have. I'm so happy that you guys have stuck with me and watched this series, because I've helped some people, and that makes me really proud. I made lemonade out of lemons, and I feel like I have done my job here when it comes to helping someone who has to navigate life in a blended family. So yeah, with the series, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about my family here in Nashville. My biggest takeaway is, though I was mistreated by my paternal family, that greatly affected everyone in my maternal family. And they kept their mouths shut for the most part. They let me deal with them and deal with that relationship the best way I felt like I knew how. And they did their best to support me. And especially my mom, and she continuously encouraged me and encouraged me and encouraged me and encouraged me to pursue relationships with them, to have relationships with them, to not have any regrets when it comes to like when I wouldn't talk to them and block them and things like that. So, which is nice. I appreciate that. But they've also been extremely supportive when it comes to me saying, I have decided to make the hard and final decision to no longer subject myself to the ill treatment of my paternal family. And I am just going to focus solely on the people that actually matter, the people that actually love me, support me, encourage me, pray for me, pray with me, and love me through and through. So, and that is them, my maternal family here in Nashville, and extended family of my family here in Nashville. And I really appreciate that, especially with me not fully considering the effect of me doing the series, what it would have on my maternal family. And my sister was like, you know, do it. And she was like, throw the shade and all kind of stuff. She is younger than me, and she does have her own experience with me and that family. So she was really happy for me to do it. My brother, my little big brother, not my youngest baby brother, he was very hesitant, did not feel like I should do the series, but still supported me. He subscribed to my channel, and he's watched a couple videos. So thank you, Al Pacino. His name's Alonzo. I call him Al Pacino. And to my parents, to my biological mother and my stepdad, who is my dad, period. Done. Always has been, always will be. Thank you guys so much for your support and encouragement. I know it's been extremely difficult, especially for my dad, who has, like, you know, tunnel vision when it comes to protecting his kids, protecting his family. And I know it's been really hard for you, Dad, for me to do this series. I know you feel like I don't owe anybody anything and that I didn't have to do this. She respected my choice to do it and respected my intent behind it, which was to help someone else that may be in my position. Thank you for that. And thank you so much for supporting your wife, my mom, because she has had a very difficult time with me doing the series. She's been very supportive. She's been very encouraging, loving, all of that when it comes to the series. But this has also opened the door to a lot of old hurt and pain. And she also was not privy to a lot of things, and she learned a lot of things from watching my videos for the series. She didn't know about a lot that went on, and I didn't fully consider how that would affect her. I feel bad, but she was very hurt and very confused. She's felt really bad. Like, why did I keep encouraging you for this? Why did I keep advocating for this when they treated you this way? Well, you didn't know, lady, so stop beating yourself up, crying because you feel like you've done something wrong and everything is your fault because I pursued this family. It's not your fault. I make my own choices. I chose not to tell you things. I chose to keep things hidden so I could have a relationship with them. And it's not your fault. You did everything right. You did the best you could. And I appreciate and love you for that. So I don't want you to hold any ugliness in your heart for yourself because of what I experienced that you did not know. Because look at me now, Mom. I'm thriving. So don't be sad. And my baby brother, he's 16 and focused on what 16-year-olds should be focused on, his grades, college, stuff like that. So he hasn't really said anything to me about the series, but still love you, baby boy, baby Zion. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to my family. And thank you to my family for your continued support, because this is not something where I've just done therapy and I'm still in therapy and continuing to do therapy. And I'm like, okay, I've worked through this stuff. I'm healed. I can move on. Forget those people. No, like, this is hard. Like, I've lost a family. Like, I've lost a huge piece of my heart. So I'm not going to cry. 2 seconds. Not going to cry. Get it together, girl. Get it together. God, my makeup looks so good. Please don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Okay. So thank you to my family for your support with me making the very hard and final decision to no longer have a relationship with that family. It's not just been hard for me. It's been hard for my son. So my son has had a relationship with that family, not a super deep or consistent relationship with that family, but he's had a relationship with them. He has memories and everything of them and times with them, and he is confused and would like to know why we are no longer going to be around them, see them, interact with them. And I've done the best I could to keep him in a child's place and explain to him why. But he's still upset. He's still very hurt about it. He doesn't understand his words, why they don't love us. So that was really hard to try and kind of talk with him about. But he did tell me that he wants to have a relationship with them. And I said, when you're 18, buddy, if you want to find them, track them down, and have a relationship with them, you are totally welcome to do so. And I don't have any bad memories of them and bad times. So he wants to do that, and I'm happy to support him the best I can if that is the decision that he makes. So maybe you guys can look out for a call from him in 5 years or so. So, this isn't something that just affects me. It affects my son deeply. It affects my husband deeply, because he is left with the pieces of me that I have to try to, navigate and work through and come to terms with that. Hey, like, they are not my family. Like, they are not someone I consider family. They are not people that I will ever interact with and spend time with. And, that's hard, especially with, what you guys know, how hard I tried to fight for a relationship with them. So I just want to say thank you, essentially, to my entire family here in Nashville, to my husband who has supported me. This has been really hard for him as well. He did not feel like I needed to do this series. He did not feel like it was the best idea. But as it kind of went on and I started releasing the videos, he saw a different light in me and saw that it is helping. It is something that's been really positive. And he's read a lot of your comments, and he's really happy that it's kind of overwhelming support, which is nice. Even though there are like negative comments, it's pretty much overall everyone's been very supportive and kind and encouraging. So thank you guys so much. Making content and committing to that and being a content creator, like, is not for the faint of heart. It's very hard. So I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who has been supportive and encouraging, especially the subscribers and the commenters. Thank you guys so much. Now, with this being the final video, I have learned so much about my paternal family. I have taken away a lot of new feelings and realizations when it comes to my paternal family. And I'm very thankful that by going through and doing the series and speaking about them, that it just kind of continued to validate my decision to move forward without them, and also to remember to always stay in a place of forgiveness and prayer, openness to the hope that, they could potentially change, especially if my son wants to reach out in 5 years. Lord God, I hope there's change. Even though this has been extremely difficult, I am very proud of myself for doing the work. So, to my paternal family, what I would like to say to you, my final words, and I will address my family members and the characters on that show. So, to my half sister, I love you. I wish I could have had a relationship with you. I wish I could have gotten to know you. I wish we could have, I wish we could have been sisters and we could have had, quality time. I could have taught you things. You could have leaned on me. I could have leaned on you. I just wish you could have had a sisterly relationship. And that is not the case. And I'm deeply saddened by that because I have nothing but positive memories of you and with you, minus, the year 2023. And though I tried my hardest to kind of have a relationship with you, to reach out to you, to try and talk to you and understand you, get to know you, all these things, you weren't ever really super receptive or open to that. I'm not sure the reason. I'm not going to sit here and try and figure out why and psychoanalyze that, but I hope you know that I really do wish it was different, and I will miss you. Now to Kayla. What you showed me at that dinner table is nothing that I've ever seen from you before, ever in life. I've never seen you speak to me that way. I've never seen you act that way. You've never spoken to me in that. You've never spoken to me that way, in that tone. Never called me out of my name. I'm not sure why you did what you did. I'm not sure if you feel good about your decision and what you did to me, but that was really uncool. And you're better than that. You're smarter than that. You are a brilliant young lady. And if you choose to do so, I feel like you should show that side of yourself to the world, because the Kayla that I saw at that dinner, very unbecoming for you. To my half brother, God, dude, I so wish I could have got to know you. I so wish I could have had a relationship with you and spent time with you and kind of learned who you are now as a young man. I think you're 30. I'm pretty sure you're 30, and which is a completely different chapter in life. Your 30s from your 20s, and I'm sad that I won't be there to see how your life turns out. I think you're very funny. I think you're very smart, very emotionally intelligent, and I honestly have no doubts that you will go far in life, despite what ugliness has been shown on the show, or the time in jail you've spent. You're better than that. You're smarter than that, and I hope that you realize your worth in life and you lean into that and get on the right path, because you will do great things. I can sense it. I can feel it, and I hope that one day you see that for yourself. Now to little Chris Jr., whatever you go by on that show. I don't know if it was your intent to try and help me, save me, whatever that, I don't know, by the couple comments you said to me at that dinner, but thank you for that. Whether it was a positive intention behind that or negative, thank you for that. It felt like for me that you were trying to save me, trying to help me. I obviously did not listen to what you were saying at the table, but I do appreciate that, and I do see you for that. So thank you, and I hope that you show the world a different side of you and the best side of you. All right, to the niece that I always considered a sister, always referred to as a sister until you had your son and disrespected me and my mother. I love you. You are one of the kindest people, one of the most empathetic people, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. Truly. I'm sorry that by not being invited to my wedding, that hurt you. My intention has never been to hurt you or to make you feel other than. I think you're a beautiful person. I think you have a beautiful, beautiful singing voice. And I really do hope that you lean into that in some way, because God, your voice is beautiful, and you can hear the pain in your voice. It honestly reminds me of Keisha Cole, where I can I not only hear her when she sings, I feel her when she sings. You know what I mean? And Mary J. Blige, same thing like that. I feel like you have one of those voices, and I hope some way you show the world that, because you have a gift, and I would rather you lean into the positive areas of yourself, not the anger that I've seen in the past, the fighting and all the extra stuff. You're so much more than that. You're better than that. You're sweeter than that. You are a lovely and beautiful person that deserves to be loved properly. And whether you want to admit it or not, that is not what you receive from that family. That is not what you've ever received from my eyes from that family. And you deserve better. And I hope one day, I hope to God that you do find that love and that support and that encouragement from a family, whether you make a family of your own, you get married and have a family of your own, or if there's extended family that you can lean into that see you and love you and support you, to do that, because you deserve to have a healthy, happy family relationship. And whether you admit it or not, you don't. And that deeply, deeply, deeply affects you and impacts you. And if you choose to continue to be a part of that family and stay around that family, I implore you to seek therapy and to speak to someone about what you went through as a child, what you went through as a young adult, young mom, and just kind of work through those things, talk through those things, and see how that helps, changes, or shapes your life. Because you deserve to have all the things. You deserve to have all the love, all the happiness. Now to Kiki. I don't know what possessed you to talk about my mom. Please don't ever do that again. I've never spoken about your mother, ever. Even in the series, I've not said a word about your mom. Even though you have disrespected my mom and truly, truly angered me, I have more respect and love for you to not do that to you. So please don't ever do that again. Even if you hate me right now, if you could find the little respect that you may have for me and lean into that and keep my mother's name out of your mouth, I would super appreciate that. You're better than that, especially since my mom has been nothing but kind and supportive to you, especially in a dark, dark moment that you had. She doesn't deserve any ill words from you. So please lean into something else while you're part of that show. Please don't go low because people are going low. You are better than that. You're capable of doing better, definitely capable of doing better than that. I hope you know that. So please try and show a more positive side of yourself. Try not to lean into the lies. Try not to lean into the ugliness. Try not to lean into the drama. Just be yourself, because you're enough. You don't have to do all that extra. You are enough. You can show the world who you are without all the ugliness. That's all I have to really say to you. To my stepbrother, who I never in my life referred to as my stepbrother until this series, I'm so disappointed in you. You know how much I love you. You know how much I tried to be a part of your life, whether it was trying to cultivate relationships with one of your wives or your kids' mothers or whatever it is. I grew up with you, bro. Like, we used to dress alike and wear our hair the same. People used to think we were twins. Like, we were two peas in a far out pod, bro. So I know you. I don't know you as well as I would like to, but I know you. And you're a very kind and funny and outgoing person. And I've had a lot of great time with you, a lot of fun with you. And the people that you attract, they're a testament to who you are as a person, because all of your friends that I've met have been super kind, sweet, driven. I still talk to some of the friends that you have to this day. I still keep in contact with some of them because they're good people, because you're a good person. You're more than, I feel like, what you've kind of turned into. The brother I grew up with was super charismatic. You had a lot of friends. You're very popular. You're inclusive of other people. You're very curious. And I really do miss seeing that part of you. And I really do hope that you find yourself again, because I feel like you have evolved and leaned into what the outside world expects of you. And just be careful of that, because you can lose yourself. And you're a father, you have 3 kids with, three different women. And you're already in a situation where it's going to be very difficult for you to cultivate a very cohesive, happy type of like family. You know what I mean? Because they're all in different places. So please lean into trying to be the best version of yourself for them, if nobody else, but for your kids. And please focus on what only matters, which is your family, your kids, your business and everything. It's great. And the attention you get from social media and the show and everything, it's also great. But at the end of the day, that's not what's going to be there for you when you're 50 and 60. Like, you know what I mean? I just really hope that you lean into focusing on what matters and who matters in your life. Because I know you also had a very hard time growing up. You had to be the man of the house at a very young age, several different times when you shouldn't have been. And I know a lot was put on your shoulders as a kid, especially when it came to the siblings and watching after them. And you definitely deserve your moment and happiness. I just don't want you to lose sight of what's important. Now to Lance. Jesus, honey. I don't know why you agreed to. I'm not sure what your purpose was behind agreeing to doing what you guys did to me at that dinner. You know, I did not deserve that. That was very unexpected for me of you because of everyone there, of everyone sitting at that table. You were the one person I was essentially the closest with. And we weren't even that close, but you were the closest person I felt like to me. And you know what I've gone through with that family. And to belittle or dismiss it and to gaslight me was disturbing, especially since I have made the comparison of who I am in that family is essentially who your daughter is, because your daughter is the product of your first relationship, first serious relationship at 16. And because you had her so young and you moved on with your life and got married a couple times and everything, she's essentially me. She is essentially in the position that I was in as a child. She's a product of your first relationship, and you now have kids and ex-wives and girlfriends and stuff like that that she has to then kind of figure out, where do I fit? where do where do I fit in this? And that's hard. And I've spoken to her about those struggles. So it was really baffling to me that you did what you did to me at the dinner, knowing that you literally have a daughter who's in the same position that I'm in that family. I don't know if you thought about it that way or not, but something for you to think about, because that was also, like everybody else, uncool. Now to my stepmom. Girl, I'm gonna miss your cooking. I'm gonna miss your cooking. I'm gonna miss the good times we had. Even though the bad heavily outweighed the good, we did have some good times, especially when you were super vulnerable and open. I did feel like after your mother passed that you kind of turned a page and I saw a different side of you. I saw a more emotionally available side of you, a kinder side of you, a sweeter side of you. But I feel like the allure of outside validation and gratification from social media and just from strangers because of being on a reality show, I feel like that became more attractive than the growth that you were displaying to me. I guess I don't know if it was, all a facade, or if you did turn a page or whatever. I don't know. But I will miss you. And I do hope that you finally have the life that you wanted. I hope that you are finally getting the love and the support that you deserve from your husband and from your family. I hope that the burden of being in your masculine energy for so many years is taken off of your shoulders and you can sit in a more soft era of life. And yeah, I love you, girl. Miss your cooking. Wish you the best. And that's all I have to say to my stepmom. Now to now, you're wrong. Um, the last text conversation that you had with my mom, she actually let me read it. And my mom has been nothing but sweet and kind to you. My mom has reached out to you, tried to pray with you with your mom, tried to pray with you with your marriage. So you doing what you did at that table, speaking ill of my mom and lying on her, was deplorable. And it should have been beneath you, honestly. I would have hoped you would have been more mature and more of a grown woman to not do what you did to me at that table in regards to my mom. And Lernell, even though you are on that show, I was still your stepdaughter, and I'm still someone that you've known since I was what, 2 or 3. So it's really strange to me how you can treat me and look at me the way you have, especially at that dinner when you've known me my whole life. You've known me since diapers, and I've never been ugly to you. I've never disrespected you, despite you saying I cussed you out, because we both know that didn't happen. So I'm really disappointed and disturbed by your behavior at that table. And I hope that you will do a better job of showing the world who you can be and not who you feel like they want you to be. To my bio dad, honestly, it's to my bio dad, Chris Fletcher, because they're honestly one and the same. There's no difference between who he was to me growing up and who essentially he was on that show. God, I don't really have, I'm struggling to find the words for you. I'm so disappointed. I do wish that things could have been different. I do wish that you could have been more of a father to me and we could have had a relationship. It's really sad now that I've closed the door and that is no longer a possibility or an option. but I do have to protect myself from you. I do have to protect my family from you because you've shown me repeatedly that you will not protect me, support me, be there for me. Yeah, it's sad. And the fact that you don't care that we will never have a relationship again speaks volumes to me. Even at this point, if you went on to say something positive about me on that show or in an interview, I mean, it's all strategic and not genuine. And you honestly scare me, like, scare me that you can treat me the way you did and that you are unbothered as a parent to try or want to do the right thing. So I guess I'll say to you what you said to me in your final words. Don't talk about my mom. And that's all I got for you, sir. Good luck in life. Yep. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the end of the series. That's the end of the story. The door is closed. The book is closed. The story has been written, and anyone out there who was hoping for reconciliation or I don't know a rainbow ending, I hope that you really watch the series, hear the words, understand that this is the best decision for me, best decision for them, best decision for my family. And I really, really hope that anyone watching this can say a prayer for me and say a prayer for my family, say a prayer for their family. And I hope you guys will stick around and continue to support me with my content journey. And also, if you are a fan of that show, continue to support them. That is a dream that I've told you guys they've had to be on reality TV. And me doing the series was in no way, shape, or form to kind of start a campaign of don't support them, don't like no, like if they're funny, like I like reality TV. If they're funny, watch them. Like if they're entertaining to you, watch them, support them, comment, like whatever you have to do. Like I'm not here to try and take anybody's coin away. I'm not here to shit on anybody's dreams. Like you can like me and like them too. I'm not mad at you if that's something you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I do hope you stick around, continue to support me. I do have plans for additional content all the way through April, I feel like. And I also plan to do some like cooking content about my family, content with my mom, my sister, my son, talk about his acting. There's a lot of things that's coming up, guys. And I think I might actually do some reviews for some reality shows that I watch. I mean, might as well, right? Like I watch them and I don't have anyone really to talk about it with. I mean, I have a few friends, but I feel like it'd be kind of fun to do it with you guys. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, and that's it. And I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. It is so pretty here in Nashville right now. It's sunny and not too hot and a little windy. It's like that perfect weather, like right before a tornado kind of comes. But you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it. Enjoy it with my kids. My daughter does have a fever today. If anyone wants to say a prayer for her, but I'm gonna try and enjoy my weekend and hopefully, her fever is knocked out pretty quick. And that's all I really have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everyone who has watched this series from start to finish. If you watch chapter 1 to chapter 7, please comment below and let me know because I think that's freaking amazing. And I'd like to hear your thoughts if you watch the entire series. And yeah, just like, comment, share, subscribe. Go be someone's bright light today and have a wonderful weekend. Love you guys. Bye.